A bit. Abdul Fattah Abdul Salam joins us now. He's the President, National Congress of Nigeria Students, to look at this ASUU strike. Morning, and thank you for coming on today.
Good morning.
Primarily, what does your group do, National Congress of Nigeria Students?
National Congress of Nigeria Students is a brand of a national student union, an organization that has the future of a prayer group, an organization that respects law, and it's mainly to advocate for Nigerian students, in all interests of Nigerian students in every campus in Nigeria, both private and public universities. And also, we are always partner in progress for whatever will bring good for the masses in Nigeria.
Okay, do we assume that your members are all students?
Yeah, exactly.
They're all students, no
exactly.
ex-students or
no
former students?
No, not at all.
Okay, give us your perspective now on this ASUU strike, because we did hear some students who are asking ASUU to sheath their swords and get back to the classroom because they think that ASUU is upsetting the apple cart.
Thank you very much. I think I would like to say here that ASUU and federal government are liable for conspiracy to destroy the life of Nigerian students and youth. And I'll say it anyway.
Why?
Because Nigerian student becomes the grass under two warring elephants. We suffer every day. We're at home. Apart from the fact that the educational structure and the smooth running of education in Nigeria, which is not even going fine already, is obstructed by this ASUU strike. Nigerian students are kept at home, traveling from one place to another, endangering their life.
Have you not heard the reasons ASUU has given?
We are very familiar with all the reasons. The fact that we are at the receiving end negatively, I think we are anti-strike, because strike action is a strike against Nigerian students. We are saying ASUU will still come back to receive their salary. Federal government of Nigeria is entirely failing. We know that. Federal government is failing. Now,
failing in what regard? The education sector?
Not only in the educational sector, failing in almost every aspect. Health sector, transportation sectors, in all aspects. So, educational sector is one of those sectors where federal government is failing.
But that's why, isn't that why ASUU has gone on this strike?
Thank you very much. Now, this is our perspectives that enable us to see, as in to realize what is the right thing to do. Now, if the Nigerian Medical Associations, if they choose strike actions as their options now, they will eventually go on strike too. Many like that. This is amount to aiding the bad government to destroy the country. And we are giving the options of a good leaderships, mobilizing the union and the organizations to fetch for this country good leadership. That is the best option, not to choose strike actions to destroy the future of Nigerian students.
You're a student currently, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm a student.
Haven't you heard, what's the thinking of your colleagues? Because if they think, well, some of them now, that ASUU is fighting their cause to improve the infrastructure in the universities so that you all can learn better. But now, you don't think that that's a just cause, do you?
Thank you very much. I don't think. And then, thank God, we have clear perspective, unambiguous at all. There's a roundtable interactive sessions that was organized for this purpose. And students from different perspectives were invited to Kwara State in Ilorin, in Nakon's conference hall, to discuss this issue, because we don't want to be selfish ideologically. We raised fundamental questions that the school fees of many Nigerian universities, state universities, is being increased or abnormally in this country. LASU, Kogi State University, and many other universities like that. Have you ever seen ASUU coming out to fight on our behalf? That is even by the way. But what we are saying is that ASUU cause is a just cause. But the medium, the way they've chosen, is disastrous to Nigerian students.
How do you think they should have gone about it?
Thank you very much. Using other means to pressurize government. There are so many other means to pressurize Nigerian government.
Oh, really?
There are so many other means. We have political means. Political means.
Or what does that mean?
Okay. If you look at the history of ASUU, ASUU has been there since the military government. It's a military government that you don't know when it will leave the office. You know, when any president will leave office in this country, then you pressurize them, telling them that you are going to force them out. If they fail to reach, to obey the promises, that is one. Two.
Okay, to wait for election
election period. All these politicians.
And vote any bad government out.
Exactly. Vote any bad government out. Partner all these unions that you are running to go and meet now, NANS, this, that. Partner with them politically and bring genuine ideas. Those politicians, when they see you uprooting their political roots, they will think right.
I smell politics here now. You just said running to go meet some unions, and you said NANS. NANS is the student body.
Yes.
Are you working together?
We work together with NANS whenever NANS is going on a progressive course. Because NANS is problematic. NANS is it is infiltrated. It is corrupt. NANS today.
Infiltrated by who?
Thank you very much. NANS is infiltrated by cultists. NANS is infiltrated by non-students. Many persons who have graduated for the past 10 years, you see them still sitting down there in Abuja, parading themselves as NANS. And see, this is a destruction to the future of our generations. And those are one of the fundamental things that brought about NACOMs. And when you see lawyers, activists that really read into NACOMs, which is very, very available on Google, they know that it's a new breeze. So, like I was saying, NANS is politicized. It's an appendage of a political party and a government, unfortunately. But now, all these unions are unions that ASUU ought to partner with to change the government. I need to add too. See ASUU. ASUU have gone a long way to destroy freedom of associations on our campuses. Because look at most of Nigerian universities, no student union, and which is a contradiction to the constitution of Nigeria. Now, when this happens, you never see ASUU coming to our aid to assist us. Gone are those days when students will march on streets in thousands, fighting the cause of students and that of ASUU. So we have been neglected, and that is why I can categorically say, because ASUU issue is a very controversial issue. You see some comrades who are, I don't know, Marxists, this, that, they blindly they support ASUU. But we are saying no, you don't support somebody blindly. You need to look at the nitty-gritty of the struggle. Okay. That's what we are saying. ASUU is fighting for its own interest. But all these fathers, they are very brilliant, you know them. That's why they packed other interests, and it appears as collective interest. Nigeria will be good again if we can look into the political settings of this country, okay, and we influence it positively.
Jeff has a question for you. He says, which is better? Half-baked graduates or better students and schooled graduates? Because he thinks that the cause ASUU is fighting for is to get the graduates properly schooled. And if that were not the case, they won't come out as good as they ought to be.
Thank you very much. You understand the question better. I am studying law in University of Ilorin. And I tell you, anywhere in the world, I am not praising myself. I would be relevant in that field. Half-baked. Okay, even if Nigerian University is even producing half-baked today, we know we'll get there one day when we produce full-baked. But now, to get there is not to destroy the interest of Nigerian students. You send them home. ASUU will still come back to receive their salary.
But you know what they say, if you have to make an omelette, you have to break an egg.
Okay. If you have to make
an omelette, you have to break an egg.
But what we are saying now is this: that because you want to rebuild a house does not mean you destroy such house. Brilliant architects, when they want to construct a building, they look at how they can make use of that building to get the mansions they desire, because they know in that building there is value. So you don't come to destroy the Nigerian student temporarily.